Hi, I want to show you how to save money and increase your test scores. All you have to do is invest in one $20 book from Amazon. You get the most recent version of the SAT or ACT test book. And then once you have that, you have 10 tests filled with questions that they're probably going to be using again. So it's really easy for you to use this for your test prep. All you do is you open up to one of the tests and then you slice it down here with a knife and you pull out that one test. All of a sudden you have a sample test that you can use with your children. Then what you do is you give them one section of the test each day. Perhaps 3 days a week would be a great goal. Just remember that whatever you say you're gonna do, you're gonna end up doing less. So if you need to say 5 days a week, so you do 3 days a week, that's good too, okay? And you have your child do one section each day, and then they self-correct. They go to the back and they can correct it themselves, or if it's easier, sometimes it is, you can correct it for them. But then you have them go back and they read the instruction, the answer key, only for the problems that they got wrong. That way they're learning immediately what they did wrong and how to do it right the next time. Now I'll tell you, getting one of these books, this is an old one, I use it for demonstration. Getting one of these books is only about $20, $25. Make sure you get the most up-to-date one, but the questions that they use in the SAT and ACT tend to be repeated year after year after year. So these books are literally filled with the test questions that they're going to be asking. Now you're probably wondering, is this better than taking an SAT prep class? Actually, there's a lot of research on that shows that what actually improves test scores is not whether you used a book or whether you used a class or whether you studied at home. What actually is statistically tied to improvement is whether the child is engaged in learning test prep. You know, as a homeschooler, you're pretty good about motivating your student to learn. I think you're going to be able to engage them in learning. It boils down to what homeschoolers have used for a long time, which is that immediate self-correction, which is why they take the test and then they self-correct what they got wrong. So it's the engagement in the process that actually improves test scores. There are occasionally some people teenagers who are a little resistant, and for them maybe spending $1,000 on a test prep class is going to make a difference in their life because that will motivate them. But I find that our children are not super motivated just because we spend our money. And so I don't know if that's going to be effective for you. So I actually recommend the $20 book method. And I will tell you, I've had lots of people that have come back to me and said, well, you know, that was so successful and my child's test scores went way up. And that's what happened for me as well. By doing this method, my children raised their SAT scores by 200 points, which made a huge difference in scholarships. Now, in the future, the SAT test is going to be an online test, but you're still going to be seeing the same test questions. So it will still pay off if you do this process of cutting out a test, giving them one section at a time so they learn the process of completing this test. So I hope that helps. And listen, if you've used this method, I would love for you to come back and just say it worked for me and encourage other people along. Thanks so much. Take care.